As the 4th of July season finally comes to a close, we now begin the Halloween season. And usually around this time, since it's pretty early in the season, some stores will usually put out Halloween stuff here and there. Not too crazy, as it is still summer. One of the big things to always be excited for around this time of year is the Spirit Halloween teaser videos and the sneak peeks that usually come out around beginning of July. As of recording this, I believe it is the 9th, and we got something, but it's not like too big. Originally, I was supposed to make a video about like the halfway to Halloween and discussing potentially what we could see for this upcoming year, but I became very lazy and wanted to work on different projects as well as worrying about work. Um, and that kind of bit me in the ass because now I have to make a whole fucking thing now about um just everything that's going on right now in Spirit as well as previous stuff. No, I will briefly go over leaks just cause I want to like discuss the props once they officially get revealed. Um, the only thing I'll really go into depth really would probably be like the license, well, potential license props. Other than that, we're going all the way back, probably beginning to I want to say I actually want to say like beginning of January or February when we got these announcements. So yeah, let's get started in this video. Beginning of the year, Spirit had posted 2 new animatronics, and they're not really new. They were supposed to be for last season, but due to the pandemic and everything going on with like shipping, we never got to see those props in the store. So Spirit decided to put them out for the 2022 year, not the season, just beginning of the year, which was kind of cool. I'll be showing like small Instagram clips from it. I believe that was the only social media they posted on. I don't think they posted it on YouTube about it. We fast forward now into April, which is the halfway to Halloween video, which again I was supposed to do. With the halfway to Halloween video, it's more of a try to get you excited type deal. It's nothing really too crazy. Essentially, people thought it would give us ideas for what themes or like just prop ideas. But yeah, we'll still take a look at this just cause it's, And yeah, that's pretty much it. But I'm smarter than most haunters, and I want to say a lot of them missed this little Easter egg, and potentially something that's coming to the 2022 lineup. Now, we're gonna look at the chalkboard real quick. There's a lot of scribbles going on, a lot of different just like random shit going on, right? Seems vague, like oh this means nothing, whatever, blah blah blah. But if you take a closer look, if you look at the bottom left corner, I don't know if you can tell this too. If you squint your eyes, you can see a hidden animatronic that is confirmed to be coming to the 2022 lineup. That's right, Walter fucking White from Breaking Bad. And I think this would be perfect because this also means there is a potentially not only a front theme, not only a back theme, but a middle theme. And I think this theme is going to be Los Pollos... Fuck. Los Pollos Hermanos. But yeah, in all seriousness, doesn't tell us much of like anything. That's pretty much it with the fucking video. Now we basically just rewind to as of the recording of this video yesterday. So I got this information from my recommendations from a fellow YouTuber. I'm just gonna give him credit off the bat. I want to give credit to Grim Productions for posting this information, even though he got it from another source. I want to thank him for uploading video and going over it like professionally. So yeah, I want to praise him for his professionalism, as well as giving like the news on what's going on with like everything relating to Spirit and whatnot. If you haven't already watched any of his content, which you probably actually have since he's been growing with each video he's posting, check him out and tell him I sent you. But yeah, thank you again for posting all this, so it gives me a chance to make a video about this and discuss it myself. I'm just gonna go over the stuff he posted before I show off the leaks. I think this was like in the middle of it, but I guess Spirit saw that people, you know, saw all the leaks going around, and they decided to post a teaser. And I think the teaser was originally supposed to come out at some other point, but since we basically see most of the lineup, I think they just kind of were like, well, you know, fuck it, just post like a teaser video. And this gets vague as well, just putting that out there right now. There's nothing too crazy except for one little thing, and I'll tell you about that after. So yeah, doesn't tell us much. I know there was at least, I want to believe there's like one snippet of one of the animatronics there. One crazy thing. It's not in the leaks, but some noted that the laugh in the video was the Crypt Keeper's laugh. And yeah, I mean, it sounds like it. Do I think there is like a possibility of a Crypt Keeper prop? I don't want to say no. I don't want to say yes. I would honestly love a Crypt Keeper prop. I think that would be like the only thing I would buy that season. I don't want to necessarily say it's the Crypt Keeper, because it could also be like one of the props, because I know there's a lot of clowns in this lineup. Spoiler alert. It could be one of the clowns, and that would suck, but maybe with all this like excitement, if we don't get the Crypt Keeper this year, maybe next year Spirit would be like, alright, since there's so much hype with the Crypt Keeper, maybe next season we'll, you know, make one. I believe the Crypt Keeper was one of the first licensed props anyway that they produced and put out for the season, so remaking the original one would be pretty cool. And getting out of the way now, we are going to be looking at some of the images. These images were by Stucky and Bud. I think that's how you say it. I'm not in the Haunter loop. Now these are going to be like leak images from one of the, I guess one of the Spirit locations, or I don't think it's the, I don't think it's Flagship, but it's like one of the random stores. Alright, I'm gonna interrupt and do the rest of the video like this. To cut things short, I kinda like rambled on with the leaks and whatnot, and as of recording this part, the Spirit lineup got shown off, well, somewhat. and I did not feel like going on and on about the leak images, since like we kind of been like shown like everything by Spirit now. I'm gonna briefly go over the images slowly, just so you guys can like, see them. I was a fan of a few of these props. Some of the originals being Monty and maybe I forgot the fucking name of the thing. It looked like the giant plague doctor, and most notably Reagan from The Exorcist. Even though I said I was gonna go a little bit more into it, I feel like I should save that later on in this video when I get to the oh boy, the fucking rant part of it. But yeah, here's some of the images of the store. Mostly just like the props being set up, the store being set up. And I will say, first time seeing these, they seemed alright. I was kind of 50-50 on just like everything about the 2022 season. But judging by what I said about the rant portion of this video, I think you can kind of see where I'm mostly siding on now. But yeah, there's the leaks. And now we finally get into the rant part of the video. I had something else in mind before I was going to edit and publish this video, but seeing that I took a long time editing this, and now that Spirit has shown off its basically almost full lineup now, I decided to scrap that part completely and just give my final thoughts. Note that this is going to be opinion based, so if you have a different opinion than I do, especially with like everything I'm about to say, completely fine. You guys are all entitled to your own opinion. Doesn't matter to me. Now, I felt pretty annoyed that Spirit basically had an entire countdown. I believe it was like, I think yeah, it's 10 days before the actual grand opening of Flagship. And thank God I was sleeping in and like just worrying about getting ready for work rather than just like sitting around and waiting to see what they would reveal. Cause it was such a waste of time. Especially since it's such a downgrade from sneak peeks. I was watching like different live streams such as Haunt Former and Grim Productions and other various haunters.
I thought The Shining was your favorite movie. Madison, that's a good point. The Shining and The Exorcist are basically tied for me. I think The Exorcist has now slightly surpassed it, but those are my two favorite movies of all time. So you're not wrong. Where are the black disabled actors? I could be an actor in this movie. I'm not black nor am I disabled, but I could definitely be in this film.
And watching them sit around for just some pointless VHS video that barely shown off props properly, it is like I said, it's just such a downgrade. Completely a downgrade. On top of that, it could have been like shown off a month earlier, I guess. Like they could have done that and then like gone straight into like sneak peek batches. And what's worse is like the acting does not help it at all. They completely just, it was just too irritating to watch.
Emily, turn around! Run!
It would have honestly been better if they actually got decent actors. I know they could have called up a few haunters to do some acting for them, since they would probably be better suited for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, step right up. It is I, Jack, the Pumpkin, the King of Halloween.
But yeah, they showed off the VHS video, and I believe it didn't help at all. It did not help that they just showed off like 5 animatronics. Just like five, just a handful of props, essentially. Most of them not even being in the video itself. And people were disappointed because it was just like only 5 of them that got like demos. What also didn't help was the fact that not only did the VHS waste our time, but also the batches of animatronic like demos. I don't know if I want to call them like demos or just like I guess like a glimpse of what the animatronics do or whatever. We only got 5 of them out of probably a dozen or so of the entire lineup, which was kind of stupid on Spirit's part. Well, they did end up the next day, which is today, showing off more props, but it was just stupid. I don't understand why they didn't just show off all of them. I don't know what kind of marketing strategy they were going for with that. It just seems like to me very bad advertising, especially when people are probably going to be going to the grand opening or just like waiting for your stores to be open. And last minute they're trying to figure out what kind of like props they're going to be buying for like maybe a haunt or just to decorate or just to collect in general. And to just like do that late is just kind of like again bad marketing and advertising, especially when there's like a short time period of when you're opening and then when you're revealing everything as well. Won't say much about the theme because the themes are alright this year. I will get into the animatronics now, and I will say that I'm 100% sure I will not be getting probably anything this year prop wise. Maybe just like collectibles or just whatever, but prop wise, it's a big no for me. With the videos showing them off and just like the leaks and whatnot, a lot of the ones I liked, like Monty, the the big crow dude, I don't know, the neck breaking girl, the like even the license prop they had this year, which is probably gonna be the only license prop, the Reagan Exorcist prop. By the way, I 100% sure we're not getting Crypt Keeper at all, so that's a bummer. But oh well, maybe next year. But back to the topic. I just they just felt so underwhelming, especially for the price they're asking for. And I get with inflation now, you gotta raise prices, but come on, man. For something that's like 3 feet tall, like for example, like Monty, or 3 or 4 feet tall, and just asking for $300, especially with such a crappy, I guess, like movement, it is not worth the money. He looks cool, but he is not worth the $300 price tag. And then the most disappointing for me out of all this, again, I'm Reagan. It just it does not seem that cool of a prop, especially if you compare it to the original Exorcist prop. Was much I feel like much better. I feel like they did more of a better job than they did with this one. I like the projector in the back, the Pazuzu projector, but just everything else about it just seems like kind of like crappy, especially with the voice lines. And a lot of them have such cheesy voice lines, or they're just like lame in general.
I like collecting things. Can I show you my collection? I love cooking. Mommy lets me do all the chopping. My sister used to be Mommy's favorite, but I took care of that.
Especially with the returning ones. I know little Skelly Bones, they literally just took him off from his swing, which was the point of little Skelly Bones. But removing that part and just making him like a jump scare prop for some reason and having worse audio is just kind of like it's just weird on Spirit's end. Even that like big clown they had, I think like a year or two ago, and just like bringing him back to be like 3 feet tall. And I don't know what they were asking for. I don't know if it was like 300, 200 something. It's definitely not worth the price point again. A lot of these are not worth the price that Spirit's asking for. And it sucks to see a company that once was so creative and so like cool with their theming and like these good quality props on a budget. It sucks to see that like now we're just getting cheaper. I feel like just cheaper Halloween decor for more now. And they should honestly, just my opinion, they should just honestly try to take some time and actually put effort into some of these props rather than just spinning them out just like hotcakes. I feel honestly that quality over quantity should be the main thing whenever they open up for the season. And quite honestly, I'd rather buy from some other Halloween retailer rather than them this year for props. Especially since one of the retailers actually have a really good license prop out. Or just like a good prop lineup in general. But yeah, I'm not the only one that feels like this. I know there's a good chunk of haunters that are 50-50 on it.
This dry ass spicy chicken patty, man.
But yeah, those are my final thoughts. To me, honestly, this is such a mid-year for props, mostly from Spirit. But I do hope that Spirit like takes notes from this year and then hopefully like listens to their fans or whatever, whether it be going back to sneak peeks or actually putting effort into making really good props. I just hope for the best for them. And before I end the video, I want to get some final words from Pixelated Pumpkin. Pixelated Pumpkin, how do you feel about this year's lineup for Spirit? Very cool, man. Alright. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be posting more videos soon. Just gotta finish editing this one, and yeah. The Shape of Horror, and thank you for watching.